Hey, Mr. Richards here. I'm going to modify some of these examples for us, but we're going to do 7th grade Unit 6 Lesson 2 anchor problems. And the idea here is we draw two intersecting lines. All right. There's a line. There's a line. Here a line, there a line, everywhere a line, line. Label angles 1, 2, 3, 4. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. In a clockwise direction. Yeah, I even did that right. Measure the angles with the protractor and record the information. I don't have a protractor on my screen. I am so sorry. But I'm going to say this is 85 degrees, that this is 95 degrees, that this is 85 degrees, and this is 95 degrees with my protractor in my mind. Now, it says vertical angles are a pair of angles formed across from one another when two lines intersect. Based on the data from your class, what can you conclude about the measurements of vertical angles? Well, using the data in my mind, 1 and 3 here are across from each other when two lines intersect. So angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical, and the measures are equal. Well, then I also look at angle 4 and angle 2. Really, it's wonderful drawing there. Angle 2 and angle 4 are also vertical with each other, and those angles are also equal. So what can you conclude about the measurements of vertical angles? They are equal to each other. They're congruent. Sometimes we use the word congruent in geometry. So what can we do with that information? In the diagram below, line CD intersects AB through point E. Boom. Where AEF just simply extends from point E. Callie says that CEB is vertical to AEF. Explain why her reasoning is incorrect and name the angle that is vertical to CEB. Well, it's incorrect because they're unequal. I'm going to erase this here in a second, but when you can see, or part of it in a second, you can see here's angle CEB. I mean, even if it's not drawn to scale, you should be able to tell that AEF, those two aren't equal, all right? But what is equal? Well, how about if we just ignore AEF for a second, or EF for a second? Just ignore it. Scribbling it out. You don't belong here. What would be equal? Angle AED. Which is the same thing as angle DEA. And just remember, when you name angles, you start at one, go to the middle, go to the other. You never start with the middle first. You start with an end, middle's in the middle, and then to the other end. Problem 3. 3 lines meet at a point as shown below. Describe the angle relationships you see in the diagram. Well, I see that there's a right angle here, and so that way angle Y and angle Z, since they form a right angle, means they're complementary. They're so nice to each other. They give each other compliments all the time, but they also form a 90-degree angle, so that's what makes them complementary. I also then see that angle Y and angle 19, those are vertical, so that way they're going to be equal. Well, if they're going to be equal, that means Y is also 19 degrees. And so to set up and solve an equation, since Y and Z are complementary, I can say that Z plus Y equals 90 degrees. But then also, since Y is 19, Z plus 19 equals 90 degrees. And now to solve this equation, all we have to do is subtract 19 from both sides of it. Ooh, that's going to be awkward if I used that one. Let's use this one. Z equals 71 degrees. And that is it. Good luck.